Let's continue with the story Ishwaran the Storyteller. In part 1, we have seen that Ishwaran is the cook of Mahendra and he was the best entertainment to Mahendra. He would narrate a lot of stories to him. In part 1, we have seen one such prominent story about a wild tusker which escaped from the timber. As a student of junior class, Ishwaran narrated that he tackled the situation by beating the third toenail of the elephant, which made it paralyzed. Most of us couldn't believe the story. In this part, we are about to see one another interesting narration of Ishwaran. One day morning, when Mahendra was having breakfast, Ishwaran asked whether he could prepare something special for dinner on that day night because that day was much auspicious day. They would prepare a lot of delicious food and they would serve those food to the spirits of ancestors. You might have also heard or seen in your family that especially on new moon day special dishes would be made and it would be served to the spirits of your ancestors, maybe your grandfather or great grandfather, like that. Their favorite dishes would be prepared and served. On hearing this, Mahendra immediately accepted and special dishes were made and Mahendra enjoyed that particular day's night dinner. And he even appreciated the cooking skill of Ishwaran. He was much happy and he was a little bit casual after having dinner. And Ishwaran, as usual, started to narrate his tale. On that day, especially, he told some tale about supernatural things, just like ghosts, spirits. He started to narrate. He told that when he came to that particular place, the immediate day, the first day itself, he knew very well that that place was once a burial ground where dead bodies were buried. Because on the first day, he saw a human skull lying on the path where he was walking. And not only the first day, then and there, in many other days too, he had seen a number of skulls and bones. When Ishwaran narrated this, Mahendra was a little bit stunned. After having dinner, he was much satisfied. So it looked as if he was nicely enjoying in a daydream. But when Ishwaran started to narrate this, he seemed to be abruptly came out of that daydream. Ishwaran continued his narration by saying that sometimes he had seen ghosts at night. Usually, Ishwaran was not frightened. One sample example is the Tusker story. When all others were in fear, when they hid themselves inside the room or in terrace, Ishwaran was bold enough to face the elephant and he even made the elephant paralyzed. But the ghost which he had seen was much horrible. It was a ghost of a woman at midnight on full moon day. He had seen that women ghost. It was a much ugly creature. It had a lot of matted hair. Lot of hairs would be tangled together so that it looked as if it were matted together. And it had shriveled face. The skin and other things, it seems to be much contracted as well as wrinkled too. So it seems to be shriveled face and it to hold a fetus in its arms. Fetus is an unborn child. So the ghost looked like a skeleton. It was holding a fetus in its arm. Mahendra was frightened and he even shivered at hearing the description. So he stopped the narration of Ishwaran. He asked, "Are you mad?" Because there were no such things called ghosts or spirits in the world. He also told that those were all the imagination of Ishwaran, those are all not real. He even teased him by saying that go and consult a doctor because you are talking such nonsense things. He immediately left the room, and Mahendran thought that Ishwaran won't talk to him for 2 days. But that was not true. The next morning, Ishwaran looked, as usual, much cheerful, and he talked in the same cheerful manner as if like other days. He didn't show any tint of the previous night's incident. After hearing this ghost episode, Mahendra was a little bit frightened to even look out. Each and every day he went to bed with a certain uneasiness. Every night he would try to look out of the window, and he wanted to make sure that there was not anything strange outside. Usually he would see and enjoy the landscape on full moon nights light. But after hearing this scene, he didn't have courage to look out of the window, especially on full moon day nights. Other day also he wanted to make sure that there is nothing strange. But whenever he looked out through the window, he could see only darkness and some light which came because of stars as well as moon. Other than that, he couldn't see anything. One night, Mahendra was woken up from his sleep because there was a little moon sound. It was a very low sound, but it was much close to his window. At first, he thought that it might be sound of only a cat, which was searching for rat, mice, or some other thing, which was searching for its food. But as time moves, the sound became much harsh, so that he confirmed that it was not the sound of a cat. He couldn't resist his curiosity to look out of the window. As time moves, that wailing sound, that moaning sound became louder and louder, and he was sure that it was not a cat. At last, he gathered a little bit courage and he tried to peep out of the window. When Mahendra peeped out of the window, he couldn't believe what he had seen. He could see a dark figure holding something just like a bundle on its arms. Seeing this, immediately he lowered himself. There was much sweat, and immediately he fell back on the pillow, and because of fear, he started to pant. And early morning, he tried to console himself that there was nothing wrong. It was all only imagination, as he might have remembered about Ishwaran's narration. His subconscious mind would have imagined something. He didn't see anything wrong. He just consoled himself. In the morning, Mahendra woke up from his sleep and he had a bath and came out to have his breakfast as usual. He followed all his routine. The previous day's night, that horror thing, everything he had about to forget. Ishwaran, he just greeted at the door with his lunch bag on hand. He spoke to Mahendra that, could you remember that before a few days, Ishan had narrated a tale about female ghost, and probably Mahendra would have seen the same female ghost the previous night. He told that the previous night Ishwaran could hear some moaning sound from Mahendra's room, so that he came to Mahendra's room. When he said so, Mahendra didn't want him to complete the sentence. So he immediately plucked the lunch bag and he went to his office. When he entered his office, the first thing he did was he wrote a letter to move from that particular place to some other place. He immediately wanted to leave the place which is occupied of ghosts. Do you think that Mahendra has just imagined that he had also seen a female ghost? Or do you feel that Ishwaran might have played a trick on Mahendra? He would have dressed up himself as the ghost with a bundle, and he might have frightened Mahendra to prove that his story was a real. Whatever may be, R.K. Lakshman didn't reveal the secret about female ghosts. It all left to the readers.